What if I told you that every thought you have ever had is still out there? Not lost, not gone, but imprinted into the fabric of quantum reality itself, like a message written in light on the skin of the universe. And here is the strangest part. The universe is reading it back. For a century, physicists have been haunted by a simple question. Why does the quantum world only become real when we look at it? An electron exists in a cloud of possibilities until you observe it. Then, somehow, it picks a state. Physicists call this the measurement problem. But some thinkers go further. They ask, what if the observer doesn't just see reality? What if the observer writes it? And here's the wildest idea of all. What if your thoughts, every single one, leave behind quantum fingerprints that the universe itself responds to?
Let's start with what science already knows.
When you think, your brain produces tiny electromagnetic fields. But here's the uncomfortable truth. These fields are extraordinarily weak. 10 to the minus 14 Tesla, weaker than the magnetic field of a refrigerator magnet at a distance of 10,000 kilometers. The moment your thought leaves your head, it begins to drown in the thermal noise of the universe. By the time it travels a few meters, it's gone. Or so it seems. But what if we zoom in, all the way down to the quantum foam that underlies reality itself? Here, the rules change. In quantum field theory, the vacuum isn't empty. It's a boiling ocean of virtual particles, flickering in and out of existence. And in this ocean, information cannot truly be destroyed. This is the principle of unitarity, the bedrock of modern physics. When your thought interacts with this quantum field, it leaves behind a kind of residue. Not energy in the classical sense, but information, a pattern, a quantum signature. And unlike the macroscopic field that fades in milliseconds, this signature persists. It's encoded in the fine structure of space-time itself. Your thought becomes part of the quantum bedrock of reality.
So, if thoughts leave quantum imprints,
Does the universe notice?
in quantum mechanics, probability isn't just a math trick. It's the actual architecture of reality. Every particle, every event, every moment exists as a wave of possibilities until something collapses it into actuality. What if the accumulated quantum signatures of thoughts, yours, mine, everyone's, act as a kind of biasing field? They don't violate physics. They don't create energy from nothing. But they tilt the probabilities. Imagine throwing a dice in a slightly tilted room. The dice still rolls randomly, but over thousands of throws, it lands on 6 more often than 1. Your thoughts don't dictate reality, but they lean on it. They whisper to the universe. And over time, the universe leans back. This explains something ancient traditions have always insisted on: repetition, focus, emotional intensity. Why do monks chant the same mantra for years? Why do athletes visualize their performance thousands of times? Why do mystics insist that belief alone can move mountains? In the quantum model, this isn't metaphor. A scattered thought is like white noise. It adds almost nothing to the field.
But a coherent, emotionally charged, repeatedly reinforced thought? That's a standing wave. It builds on itself. It creates resonance. And resonance, as any physicist knows, is how small forces produce enormous effects. A singer doesn't break a glass with strength. She breaks it with coherence. Your thoughts are the same. Repetition isn't redundancy, it's amplification.
So where does this leave us? We're not saying thoughts are magic. We're not violating thermodynamics. We're not breaking physics. We're saying something more subtle, more elegant, more terrifying in its implications. The universe is not a stage you perform on. It's a canvas you're painting on, with every thought, every intention, every flicker of awareness. The quantum signatures you leave behind today are part of the probability landscape of tomorrow. Your fear imprints the field. Your hope imprints the field. Your focus imprints the field. And the universe, in its strange and silent way, is listening. Not because it's conscious, not because it's friendly, but because that's how information works in a quantum universe. Thoughts are not things. They are patterns. And patterns persist.
This isn't proven, not yet, but it's not impossible either. And in the strange world of quantum mechanics, things that aren't impossible have a funny way of being true. If this video made you think differently about the power of your own mind, subscribe. And tell me in the comments, if your thoughts leave quantum footprints, what do you want to leave behind?